Hello students, good day. In today's session we are going to learn about aggregate functions. In the previous sessions we have learned about single row functions, so which operates on single data and returns single value. So this aggregate function operates on multiple values and returns single value. Let's see that one. So aggregate function operates on multiple values and returns single value. Most commonly used aggregate functions are min, max, sum, average and then count. So in this session we are going to learn these 5 functions. Okay, aggregate functions and null values. This is very important concept. None of the aggregate functions takes null into consideration. Null is simply ignored by all the aggregate functions. So null means it's not 0, right? So null is not 0. It is an unknown value. So this aggregate function will never consider a null value. So any operation which happens on null value will not be considered. Okay, so if you are counting a column which has the null value, that null value will not be considered for counting. So if you are applying the sum function, that sum function will not consider the null value, just it will be ignored, right? So the first function we are going to see is max function. So this function returns the maximum of values under the specified column or expression. It takes only one argument. Okay, let's see the example. Okay, so this is my table, employee table with EID, first name, last name, salary, DOJ, date of joining, and then bonus, designation, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to apply the math function now. Okay, max function will return the maximum value from the given column. Okay, so the function I am using along with the select query. Select, the function name is max, and then it takes only one argument. So I am going to pass salary column. So we are going to find the maximum salary in the table. Okay, so select max of salary from employee. So this function operates on multiple data, right? So here we have some 7 records. So among these 7 records, which one is the maximum? So it operates on multiple values and it returns a single value, which is the maximum salary. Okay, so this one, it takes column or it can take an expression. Expression means any calculation with this particular column. Let's say select salary divided by bonus. So this is my expression. So we are doing some calculation here. That is an expression, right? So if you can also use column name and then any expression. Okay, so this gives the maximum salary. So we can also use round, truncate, all these function to truncate the values. So I am going to use a round function with this one to round it off. Round off max of salary divided by bonus. Okay, so the previous value is 60.7. So after rounding off, it gives the value as 61. So you can see the column name here. The column name is round off max of salary divided by bonus. Instead of that one, we can give the column alias also. That one we already know. So simply we can use inside the quotation, or you can use the keyword as, and then inside a double quotation you can give the column name. Okay, you can give new value. So this is my new column name. Okay, so this is called column alias. You can use the keyword as, or you can omit. You can just use the column name inside the double quotation, right? So under the column name new value, the value is displayed here. Okay, and then the next function is min function. So min function returns the minimum of values under the specified column or expression. It takes one argument. So it is same as max function. So let's see this one. You can use the multiple functions here. Okay, select max of salary, comma, min of salary, which means so maximum salary and then minimum salary will be displayed. Okay, so maximum salary is this one and minimum salary is this one. So multiple functions you can use with the comma separator that we have already learned. So that one I am just applying here. So max and then min. The next thing is this max and min function also works on string and then date data type. Okay, this is not only for numerical values. We can apply this max and min function on string data, that is varchar and then char and then data type also. Let's see the example. Select max of, we have f name, right? F name. from employee. Okay, so this fetches the record Tarun. So min of last name. So you can see this table. Okay, so here in F name we have Tarun. So this is alphabetical order, right? Even though we have two T's and TA, TH. TH is the highest one. There is a maximum. And then minimum here we have JAY and then JAIN. We have two records. Okay, and then JAIN. It considers the third character. So I is lesser than J. So it displays J. So we can apply the min and max function on string data type, and we can apply it on the date and time also. Max of DOJ. So maximum value means this 2020. So it considers the year and then date and then the day. Okay, and then min value, min of DOJ is the minimum year. 2000 is the minimum year here. So this function is applied on numerical, string and then date and time. Okay, so the next query is we want to display the name of the person who is getting the maximum salary. Okay, so how do you find the name of the person? Okay, we can only retrieve the maximum salary. How we can associate the name with that one? So the simple thing is we have to use the nested query. Okay, query within the query. The syntax is you have to use, we need names, right? So select, I'm going to use F name and then L name from employee. Okay, where the condition is where salary is equal to, I'm going to use one more query here. Select max of salary from employee. Okay, so this is called nested query. Okay, first thing, select max of salary will be written. That salary will be checked against this salary. That particular person's F name and then L name will be retrieved. Okay, Reshmi Roy, who is getting the maximum salary here. Okay, so 28,297, this is the maximum salary. The person who is getting that one is Reshmi Roy. Okay, so this is called nested query, query within the query. And then we can use this along with like any other conditions, right? Max of salary from employee where L name like. Okay, so in L name, any part of L name contains the letter A, that will be retrieved. For that one, we have to find among this one, we have to find the maximum salary, right? So the condition is select max of salary from employee where L name like underscore percentage and percentage A percentage, right? So which means the L name contains the letter A. Okay, here we have Raj, here Kumar, Kannan, Jay, and then we have Jane. So among these four, which one is the maximum salary, right? So Raj's salary is 18,000, 17,000, 22,000, and then Jane's salary is 23,000. So among this, which one is the highest? 23,447 is the highest. Okay, so we can check the condition while using the max function, right? Okay, our next query, we have to find the minimum salary of a marketing manager. Okay, we have 3 marketing managers, so we are going to find the minimum salary of a marketing manager. So we have to use select min of salary from employee where the condition is designation equals to marketing manager. Okay, so among this marketing manager, who is getting the lowest salary? This. So 18,333 is the lowest salary. If you want to display the person, you have to use it as a inner query, right? Nested query. So we have to use select f name, comma, l name, comma, salary from employee, where salary equals to, so this one you have to enclose within the bracket. Okay, so this query fetches the name of the marketing manager who is getting the minimum salary. Okay, so the dot is replaced with comma now. Let's see the output. So Saranraj is the person who is getting minimum salary in marketing manager, right? So this is about max function and min function. So next we are moving on to sum function. So this function returns the sum of values under the specified column or expression. This takes only one argument, valid only for numerical data types. So we should not use date and time or varchar in sum function. So average function, it returns the average values. Okay, let's see the example. Okay. So this is the table. What we are going to do, we are going to sum up all the bonus. Okay, so select sum of bonus from employee. Okay, so this will add all the values excluding the null value. Null is ignored here. So only these 5 values are added. So like the same way we can use it along with the expression also. So instead of column name, we can use the expression and we can check some conditions with that, right? This is like same as min and max function. It just finds the total. Then we are moving on to the average function, AVG. This function finds the average. Okay, average of bonus from employee. Okay, so how it finds the average? So these 5 values are added and we have to divide it by number of values. So number of values, you should not include these null values. Okay, so you have to divide the total by 5, not by 7. Okay, because we have to omit the null values, right? So all these values, the sum of this value is 1859. We are going to divide this by the number of values which are 5 here, right? So 1859 by 5, it gives 371.800. So as we know we have to round it off. We can use the round off function with this. Okay, 372 is the rounded value. So sum function is, sum and average is used only for numerical values. So next one, count function. So this is important function. This function returns the count of number of values under the specified column or expression. Count takes one argument which can be any column name, an expression based on column or an asterisk, right? So this asterisk plays an important role in count function. So when the argument is a column name or an expression based on column, count returns the number of non-null values in that column. So as we have seen in the previous example, sum, average, all these functions just ignores null value. Like the same way, count function also ignores the null values. If the argument is an asterisk, then count counts the total number of rows satisfying the condition, if any, in the table, right? So I'll explain this with example. Okay, let's use the same table again. Now we are going to find the number of entries in the bonus field. Okay, so we are going to count the values. So I'm using the function count. Select count of bonus from employee. Okay, so this returns the value 5 because it omits null value. Okay, and then if we are using count of asterisk from employee, so this function, when you are using with asterisk, it includes the null value. So this function simply select count of asterisk from employee will just count the number of records, right? So how many records totally we have in a table? We have 7 records. So this will give the count as 7. Okay, so this count function, when you are using along with the column name, it just ignores the null value. When you are using with asterisk, it counts the null value. Okay, and you can also use along with some conditions also. Select counter of asterisk from employee where bonus less than 300. Okay, so it just counts the value which satisfies this condition. So bonus less than 300, we have only one record, so it counts that value. That is count of asterisk. Okay, count of asterisk, you can use it along with the condition also, right? So the same thing if you are using with the column name also is the same results. Count of bonus from employee where bonus is less than 300. It gives the same result. Okay, so where is the difference? For example, if you want to count the number of null values in a column, okay, so number of null values in a column. So in that case, if you are using this one, so select count of bonus from employee where bonus is null. Is the condition correct? So we are checking the null values. Select count of bonus from employee where bonus is null. So this function gives only 0 because the count function along with the column name will not consider the null values. The same condition if you are using with the asterisk, okay, it gives the value as 2, right? So count of asterisk will count the null values according to the given condition. It always checks for the given condition. So whatever the values which satisfies the given condition, that will be counted. Okay. So this is the main difference, and you can also use the distinct keyword along with the count. For example, if you want to count the number of different designations, so how many different designations we have? So we have marketing manager, sales executive, financial manager and chief sales. So other values are repeated here. So number of different designations we have only 4. So if you want to count this one, we can use the count function along with distinct keyword. Select count of distinct designation. From employee. So we have 4 different designations. So count function we can also use along with the distinct keyword. So all other functions also we can use along with the distinct keyword, but that will not give sense, right? So this count function along with the distinct keyword will give you answers. Okay. So that's all about today's class. So we have learned about 5 functions: max, min, count, average and then sum functions, right? So I'll repeat this again. So aggregate functions are null values. None of the aggregate functions takes null into consideration. So as you have seen, whether it's a counting or it is sum function, so null is just ignored. Okay, so that's all about today's sessions. Thank you.